Critics calling it the dumbest answer at the Democratic debate. Before the candidates hit the stage, I said on the 5, my number one question would be, do Black Lives Matter or do all lives matter? Well, guess what? CNN asked that very question, but I never expected these answers. Here's Bernie.
Let's put that question to Senator Sanders.
Black Lives Matter. We need to combat institutional racism from top to bottom.
Then it was O'Malley.
The point that the Black Lives Matter movement is making is a very, very legitimate and serious point. Black Lives Matter.
Well, in case you're wondering, Hillary was able to dodge that question, but I still have to ask, what the hell are these people thinking? Isn't the president supposed to believe all American lives matter? Hi, everyone. I'm Eric Bolling. Welcome to Cashin In. Our Cashin In crew this week, Wayne Rogers, Jonathan Hoenig, Michelle Fields. Also joining us, Juan Williams and Jessica Tarlov. Welcome, everybody. Again, the question was, do Black Lives Matter or do all lives matter? Now, Michelle, were these the proper answers from people seeking to become the president?
Not at all. Look, I think it's ridiculous that here in America, all lives matter has now become politically incorrect. Yes, there are lots of blacks who are suffering here in America. There are also lots of Asians, Caucasians, Latinos who are suffering, veterans of all races and ethnicities. We need a president who's going to care about each and every one of the American people and to work to try to make things better for them, not just saying these people matter, these people don't matter.
What do you say, Juan? Shouldn't they have all said all lives matter?
You know, I think they should have, but let me just say this. I think that, Michelle, you're missing. There's been a huge movement about excessive use of force by police against black people. That's what the Black Lives Movement's about. We've seen huge protests around the country. We know about what happened in Ferguson, Staten Island. I can go on and on. But in terms of the answer, my feeling is the Black Lives Movement needs to get rid of this issue, draw a broader a coalition together by simply saying, yes, all lives matter, but we've got to do something about excessive use of force by police.
Okay, Wayne, John?
Well, I think actually Carly Fiorina got it right this week, Eric, that all individuals matter. We're a country of individuals, not racial tribes. And just the left is so obsessed with collectivism. Only groups matter to them, racial groups, gender groups, economic groups. And I'm sorry, but to treat all people as a member of a particular tribe just because they happen to be the same race is racist in my book.
Now, Jessica, where do you stand on this? You could go both ways. I mean, are you going to defend Bernie Sanders and Martin O'Malley?
I mean, the implication that Bernie Sanders or Martin O'Malley don't care about all people, I think, is fundamentally ridiculous.
Then say it.
Well, O'Malley did say it, and we know that he got pushed.
Yes, of all the people who didn't say it, O'Malley was the one who started this whole thing about, remember how much trouble he got himself in months ago?
I absolutely remember it. Martin O'Malley, he's also not the best candidate that we're putting up there, and I think that we saw that for a reason in the debate. But what I would say is I think that Juan is completely correct. Of course, all lives matter, but the Black Lives Matter movement is making a very specific point that needs to be put out there. And they're not necessarily doing it in the most effective way all the time. Some of their tactics, I think, are completely wrong-headed. But that doesn't mean that they don't have a point. And so by just saying, we just have to say all lives matter, this is all about individuals.
John, hang in there, John. I want to get Wayne in here because I have some really interesting stuff. Go ahead, Wayne.
Well, I don't understand what you mean when you say all lives matter doesn't matter. I don't get it. What do you mean all lives matter doesn't matter?
Yes.
All lives do matter.
I didn't say all lives. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I'm saying, of course, all lives matter, but I'm saying what the Black Lives Matter movement, the point that they are making is an important and a sound one, and we should be talking about institutional racism in this country, the fact that it's harder to get ahead as a black person, educational outcomes are much lower, more likely to be in poverty, more likely to go to jail.
And that's why they go in and interrupt your brunch.
They should be talking about black on black crime. We talked about this with the Peggy Hubbard video.
No one up there was talking about it.
Okay, so now, Jessica, you say Bernie Sanders cares, all lives matter.
Bernie Sanders cares about everything.
Watch what happens at a Bernie Sanders rally. Black Lives Matter goes up, grabs a microphone. Watch how Donald Trump treated it. Watch.
The world is a dangerous place. We need a tough, strong leader. And it's not this guy.
So what do you, Juan, you're laughing, but hey.
It's a great video.
Is Black Lives Matter on the bandwagon, the Democrat bandwagon? I don't even know who they support.
Well, in fact, that's a great question, Eric, because they are hurting, I think, some of the Democratic candidates, and I can't imagine that they're going to go over and somehow support a Republican. That'd be news to me.
What do you say? But what about Michelle? Is the Black Lives Matter actually putting the leading front-running candidates on their heels?
Well, I think the problem is Juan is talking about that they're upset about police brutality and being targeted. But if you listen to Black Lives Matter, that's not what it sounds like. If you listen to what they're saying, it sounds like they just feel like every problem that the black community has is caused by white racism. And I think that's turning off tons of people.
Well, that would turn off everybody. You're right, Michelle. I mean, I agree with you on that point.
But that's what's happening. That's their message, that all the problems are caused by white people.
Oh, no, I don't think it goes that far.
John?
And Eric, I can tell you, I don't think that they're necessarily for Democrats or Republicans.
Yes.
They're just
They've
nihilists.
made that clear.
I mean, that's why they'll walk into somebody's having brunch and just disrupt an entire, because they want to put forth the idea that America is totally racist, that it was founded on exploitation and theft and everything else.
Look what's
happening.
They're
professional
look what's happening. They're feeding into this anti-cop sentiment. In fact, the anti-cop sentiment across the country is crushing police morale. We've been warning this could happen and would happen, and now even the liberal Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel is agreeing with us. The other day he said, quote, I met with officers from the 10th District, and one officer said explicitly, when I'm driving by, I have to think about whether I want to be on the news and what it means for my career. Now, Jess, let me go to you, Juan, about that. Cops are actually pulling back.
I don't know. Look,
and not doing their job, but if you have to wonder, if I go ahead and frisk that person and it's on camera somewhere, am I going to lose my job? That one moment of hesitation could mean the difference between life and death.
Let me say, if you want to hold police accountable and responsible, because I hold them up on a pedestal. I think most Americans have tremendous respect for police, but we expect them to do their job and not harass people, not intimidate, not bully, not grab some guy like James Blake who's standing waiting for a car and throw him to the ground. That's inexcusable. So we can't use this to defend bad police behavior.
All right, stay on the Black Lives Matter, though. Are they making it more dangerous for cops?
I'm not sure that they're making it more dangerous for cops. I think that what we have heightened tensions on both sides right now. There was a big police chief summit, actually, that happened recently. They all get together, the big head honchos, and they talk about policing tactics and what we need to be doing to improve. And, they're also very defensive of certain things that they have been using, like broken windows policing, which is something that the Black Lives Matter movement wants an end to, but it has been shown to reduce crime across the nation. So there's going to be disagreement there. But I agree with what Juan was saying. I think America, it's always one of the most respected institutions, and all of the polling shows that people feel that way about police officers.
Do you think that's sliding, Wayne? Let me get Wayne here. Do you think that's sliding, that respect for cops? I mean, because these Black Lives Movement and other anti-cop sentiment, it seems to be spreading.
Yes, it is spreading, and there is no reason for it. The whole thing about Black Lives Matter started as a rallying cry, and then they made more out of it. It's just stupid. It's silly. All lives matter. Every life matters. Juan, you're Panamanian, are you not?
I was born in Panama, but my dad is black. No question about it.
No, but I'm saying you're Panamanian. Why? Panamanian lives matter too. I could make all kinds of things like this.
You're getting soft, Wayne. You're getting soft.
Well, listen, Eric, I'm an American.
The whole thing is ridiculous.
I'm an American. American lives matter, and I think, frankly, Mayor Rahm is absolutely right. These BLM people, Eric, they're basically professional disruptors. I think their breakdown is the police, and I think it's social order nationwide.
Let's not forget there were chants, pigs in the blanket. How do you want them? Fry them?
God. This is so weak. That's the best case you have, Eric.
No, but it goes on and on. Remember here, right here in New York, they're saying, how do you want them? Cops, we want them dead.
Oh, I think where Black Lives Matter goes crazy is when they say they don't want more police and they try to stop the city council here in New York. I just think, look, the black community needs police more so than many cases than upper income whites.
Panamanian lives matter as well.
Thank you, brother.
The most.
Per Cashin, all lives matter.